And you can look at sales channels to create awareness about your product. But adoption of the product often occurs after interacting with people who already use the product or service. So kind of classical marketing strategies are good for creating awareness, but the mouth-to-mouth method has been proven to be more effective when making people actually adopt the innovation. I will go through 2 strategies to make this happen. The first one is using opinions leaders. That is advocated by Von Hippel, among others. And you can use them to approve of and use the innovation. These are people who experiences the needs that the others in the population will experience later, but they experience them earlier than the rest. So they can be served as a forecasting laboratory where you can kind of test your ideas and your innovations before reaching a larger market with them. So that's really good about the opinion leaders. But opinion leaders will also then be people who have tried the innovation earlier than the rest, and they can spread word about them when you kind of start to target a larger audience. The second is champions, and that is people at firms who have a good reputation among the prospective users, and they put this reputation at risk to promote an external innovation. Within the healthcare sector, that could be a procedure surgeon, for instance, who try a new technology when he or she is doing surgery. It could be a new suture or something like that, and then kind of thinks that this is good and calls around to his and her friends within the community and say that this is good, you should also try it. Then there is an external person, the surgeon, who kind of promotes the innovation, and then he or she becomes a champion for the innovation. When we talk about diffusion of innovation, we often talk about adoption categories, and this is something that Rogers, who has written the seminal book Diffusion Innovation, talks a lot about. He says that adoption of innovation follows this kind of bell curve, given that all of the people in the population adopts innovation. So first we would have the innovators who adopt, and they are really keen on new technology and new things, and they would try it out before it's even ready perhaps for the market, and they can be very good in terms of getting early feedback. However, people don't really listen to them because they are so different from the rest of the adopters. But after them comes the early adopters, and these are people that try things early, but they're also kind of well respected within the community, so people might listen to them. After that, we have the early majority, then we have the late majority, and the laggards. The laggards are last in adopting. And I would like you to know about these categories. I want you to be able to kind of write them out on this bell curve, but you don't need to know the exact percentage. Here's another way of looking at the same thing. We have cumulative adoption here on the y-axis, and we have time here on the x-axis. And then we start with the innovators who adopt, then we have the early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards.